The time portal. It was the year 2087, and humanity had discovered the secrets of time travel. After decades of research and experimentation, they had finally created a device that allowed them to travel through time. The time portal, as it was called, was a marvel of modern science. Nate, a young scientist, was one of the few who had the privilege of using the time portal. He was part of a team that was sent back in time to study ancient civilizations. It was a fascinating job, but it came with its risks. On one of their missions, Nate and his team found themselves in the middle of a war zone. They were in ancient Greece, and the city was under attack by an enemy army. The team quickly realized that they had made a mistake in their calculations and had arrived at the wrong time. They were in danger, and they needed to find a way out. That was when they saw it, a time portal. It was a small, silver device that looked like a wristwatch. They had been given strict orders never to use it, but they had no choice. They activated the device, and a bright light enveloped them. When the light dissipated, they found themselves in a new location. They were still in ancient Greece, but the city was now peaceful. The war had ended, and the enemy army had retreated. They were relieved, but they knew they had broken the rules. They had used the time portal without authorization. They knew that they would have to face the consequences when they returned to their own time. But they didn't know that their actions had consequences beyond their own timeline. Their use of the time portal had caused a ripple effect in time, and it had altered the course of history. When they returned to their own time, they found that the world was different. The changes were subtle at first, but they soon realized that they had created a new timeline. The consequences of their actions were catastrophic. The world they knew had ceased to exist. The changes they had made in the past had caused a chain reaction that had altered the present. The world was now a dystopian society, ruled by a tyrannical government. There was no freedom, no hope, and no future. Nate and his team knew that they had to fix their mistake. They had to go back in time and undo the changes they had made. They had to make things right. They knew that they had to act quickly. The longer they waited, the more difficult it would be to fix their mistake. They used the time portal once again, and this time, they were more careful. They arrived at the right time and made the necessary changes. It was a difficult task, but they managed to undo the changes they had made. They returned to their own time, and they found that the world was back to normal. The world they knew had been restored, and they knew that they had done the right thing. But they also knew that they had learned a valuable lesson. They knew that time travel was a powerful tool, but it was also dangerous. They knew that they had to use it responsibly, and they had to be careful not to alter the course of history. The time portal was destroyed, and Nate and his team knew that they would never use it again. They had learned their lesson, and they knew that they had a responsibility to protect the timeline. They knew that the past was set in stone, and they had to respect that.